February 12, 2025. Daily Bread. Passage. Daniel chapter 4 verse 1 to 18. Key verse. Verse 17. Title: Nebuchadnezzar's Dream of a Tree. King Nebuchadnezzar, to all peoples, nations, and languages that dwell in all the earth, peace be multiplied to you. It has seemed good to me to show the signs and wonders that the Most High God has done for me. How great are His signs, how mighty His wonders! His kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and His dominion endures from generation to generation. I, Nebuchadnezzar, was at ease in my house and prospering in my palace. I saw a dream that made me afraid. As I lay in bed, the fancies and the visions of my head alarmed me. So I made a decree that all the wise men of Babylon should be brought before me, that they might make known to me the interpretation of the dream. Then the magicians, the enchanters, the Chaldeans, and the astrologers came in, and I told them the dream, but they could not make known to me its interpretation. At last Daniel came in before me, he who was named Belteshazzar after the name of my God, and in whom is the spirit of the holy gods, and I told him the dream, saying, O Belteshazzar, chief of the magicians, because I know that the spirit of the holy gods is in you and that no mystery is too difficult for you, tell me the visions of my dream that I saw and their interpretation. The visions of my head as I lay in bed were these: I saw, and behold, a tree in the midst of the earth, and its height was great. The tree grew and became strong, and its top reached to heaven, and it was visible to the end of the whole earth. Its leaves were beautiful and its fruit abundant, and in it was food for all. The beasts of the field found shade under it, and the birds of the heavens lived in its branches, and all flesh was fed from it. I saw in the visions of my head as I lay in bed, and behold, a watcher, a holy one, came down from heaven. He proclaimed aloud and said thus: Chop down the tree and lop off its branches, strip off its leaves and scatter its fruit. Let the beasts flee from under it, and the birds from its branches. But leave the stump of its roots in the earth, bound with a band of iron and bronze, amid the tender grass of the field. Let him be wet with the dew of heaven. Let his portion be with the beasts in the grass of the earth. Let his mind be changed from a man's, and let a beast's mind be given to him, and let 7 periods of time pass over him. The sentence is by the decree of the watchers, the decision by the word of the holy ones, to the end that the living may know that the Most High rules the kingdom of men and gives it to whom He will and sets over it the lowliest of men. This dream I, King Nebuchadnezzar, saw. And you, O Belteshazzar, tell me the interpretation, because all the wise men of my kingdom are not able to make known to me the interpretation, but you are able, for the spirit of the holy gods is in you. Daily Bread Message. This chapter begins with Nebuchadnezzar's proclamation to all the nations about what God has done for him. Though Nebuchadnezzar was the greatest king on earth, he declared that God's kingdom is eternal and God rules over each generation. It was an introduction to his testimony. While content in his palace, Nebuchadnezzar had another powerful dream. None of his astrologers could interpret it. Finally, Daniel arrived, and the king shared the contents of his dream, in which a great tree reached to the sky and extended throughout the earth. It had beautiful leaves and abundant fruit and provided food for all and shelter for the wild animals. Then, a messenger from heaven came down, pronounced judgment on the tree, it was cut down, and its stump chained. Next, the angel pronounced judgment on a man that he would be drenched with dew, eat plants, and have the mind of an animal for 7 years. The angel announced that through this judgment, all people would know that God is Most High, and He sets over the nations of the world anyone He chooses. This is a strong reminder to stay humble and give glory to God. Power corrupts and makes us unnecessarily proud. We desperately need humility to honor God as Lord Most High. Prayer. Father, you are sovereign over leaders and nations, and me. Help me to humble myself completely under Jesus as Lord Most High. One word. God is Most High over all the earth.